Major companies are slashing jobs and impacting tens of thousands of workers across the country. We're talking big names like Amazon and Target. Some companies point to rising operational costs from new tariffs. Others are restructuring their corporate teams or redirecting money to artificial intelligence. Federal employees have also been impacted this year. The Trump administration cut thousands of jobs through its goal of reducing the size of the federal workforce. Many government employees are also now going on weeks working without pay or on furlough because of the ongoing shutdown. Amazon just announced its latest round of job cuts. It's slashing 14,000 corporate positions. It says it's streamlining operations and redirecting resources towards AI. Amazon's headquarters are in Seattle. Sebastian Robertson reports from there with more details and reaction.
Amazon executives say they're all in on AI, confident they can continue to grow with fewer people. This round of cuts impacts about 14,000 corporate employees worldwide.
They are one of the most valuable companies on the planet, and they seemingly lay off employees en masse once a quarter. And it just isn't fair to the employees that do make them all of their money and don't seem to get rewarded for it.
Listen, we're going to keep talking about this very often. Companies like Target, right? Publicly traded companies are here to favor their investors and their shareholders first. All right? If there's anything you need to know about these companies, most likely publicly traded companies, Amazon, Target, Walmart, their focus is to make as much money as possible for their investors and shareholders. That's their first priority, not the employee. Hope you got that. You could work for Target for 20 plus years. 20 plus years of service, right? And they'll get rid of you. If your position, as whatever position it is, I don't care if it's blue collar or white collar, if your position is now unprofitable, if it's obsolete, if it is dead weight, just not profitable, you're gone. I don't care if it's 30 plus years. And this is information that some people do not understand who are employees. I get it. I'm an employee. I'm an employee right now. I work in IT. And I understand this. It's nothing personal. It's just, again, if you are dead weight to a company, you're gone. It's nothing personal.
Seattle's largest employer confirmed the layoffs in an internal memo, calling AI the most transformative technology we've seen since the internet. The memo says the technology is allowing Amazon to operate faster and leaner. Some newly jobless employees took to social media.
I was laid off by Amazon. I was one of the 14,000 employees that were affected today. They sent out an email at 5 a.m. Seattle time. The thing so that people don't have to go to the office if they are laid off. I'm still processing what has just happened.
Amazon experienced a massive hiring boom during the pandemic, but has implemented multiple waves of layoffs since 2022. While major job cuts would historically spook investors, experts say this time is different.
You're seeing the stock market applaud these cuts because it signals, hey, maybe they can rely on AI, maybe they can operate more efficiently, and maybe they can go forward with a lower payroll.
A trend Schulman fears could be repeated across the broader tech sector.
AI is changing how people get information, how they process information, how they create content.
Yep.
And so we're seeing that can all be done much more efficiently than ever before. And so it requires far fewer people.
I use AI every day. I use AI every single day. You use AI pretty much every day. Why not? If it helps you get more work done quickly, right, and accurately, then take that option. I can't speak for you, obviously, but if you have a job or if you lost your job, I would start thinking and understanding it's not personal when they make these cuts. Now, maybe it is something personal. I'm not sure what's your situation, but for the most part, 14,000 people being cut from their job at Target or Amazon, I think. It's just nothing personal. I think UPS did about 48,000. Again, the focus for them is their investors and shareholders. They have to keep them happy, not the employee. I have employees. I have a small business. The reason why I brought that up is because if I need to make some cuts too, then so be it. Nothing personal. I'm not going to let the whole ship sink for one person or some job that's cost me a lot of money to keep when I don't need it anymore. I can find something else to replace it. You are gone. And that's what Target's doing. That's what Amazon is doing. That's what UPS is doing. I don't blame these companies. It sucks for the employee, obviously, but they're here to make money. And if you are dead weight, you got to go. You got to go.
Those 14,000 corporate cuts are about 4% of Amazon's corporate workforce. Amazon is asking impacted employees to apply for internal positions. If not, they have 3 months to find another job. Target said it's eliminating 1,800 corporate positions. 1,000 employees just got layoff notices, and 800 vacant jobs will no longer be filled.
Like I said, some of these jobs may be so obsolete and not making any money anymore. What's the point of having them? What company is going to spend money unnecessarily? It does not exist. If you had a company, you would probably do the same thing, the same exact thing. Why have a bunch of people on the floor that's not needed anymore that's cost me more money? And especially if I'm losing money, you got to go right away. You got to go. You have to go. It's nothing personal. I hope that's the takeaway that you take from this video, is that these cuts are not personal. Again, the first priority of these publicly traded companies are their shareholders and investors. First.
Gordon Severson spoke to Target workers.
It was just like no one felt safe.
Heading into the weekend, many Target employees were worried that come Tuesday morning, their lives could be changed forever.
Everyone was just very stressed out, not knowing what their future was.
We are concealing the identity of one Target employee who kept their job but fears termination. They say the layoffs affected nearly every department, with many teams losing at least one team member.
It's all over the board, and it was just kind of like 1 in 6 people. If you were to go at a team, it seemed like that was kind of the ratio.
It's an immensely traumatic event.
Ben Foster with Foresight Coaching says for many employees, a sudden layoff can be just as devastating as the loss of a loved one.
The sense of loss is extreme because it's your world that you've been living in for at least 8 hours a day for who knows how long, and it's often cut off just like that. And so there is an extreme sense of loss that is present with this that not a lot of people recognize.
The Minnesota.
If I were you, man, if you're watching this and you have a job right now, or if you don't have one, if I were you, I would start thinking of how to become an investor. And not that won't be easy, but I would start trying to get on that side, because that's the winning side if you think about it. If companies favor these people before the employee, then obviously you're on the wrong side. If they favor the investor or the shareholder, obviously I need to find out how to get on that side. Right? That may not be a realistic thing for some people. I get it. But my thing is to have multiple streams of income also. And some people look down upon that option too, because one job should be enough to fund your lifestyle. In a perfect world, yes, this is possible. One job should be able to send your kids off to college and all these things, but things change. The cost of living has gone up. Wages are not keeping up with it. Things have changed. Sorry, this is the world that we live in. Things evolve. You must evolve with it too. So just depending on one job nowadays is almost like, it is comical. It is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, having all your eggs in one basket. I would not take that route. But again, if I were you, I would start thinking this way, how to get on the winning side, which is investors or shareholders, because if that's who's being prioritized first, then obviously that's how I look at it. That's where I need to be. I need to start focusing more on my investments and not rely so much on just one job or one company or just one stream of income. That's how I think.
Department of Employment and Economic Development says the layoffs include several top-level executives and department directors who work in a wide range of departments, including accounting, legal, marketing, communications, supply chain, engineering, and many others. Foster says his office is already receiving calls from Target employees who are looking for their next job.
We've received a couple sort of, what do you have on the horizon? What are you seeing out there?
He says it's a good idea to get the job search started early, but he's also encouraging affected employees to take some time to acknowledge their loss and grief.
No, do not take any time off. Listen, you don't have the time to be sitting there crying and all that. I'm being a little hard on people, but I'm just speaking from how I would do it if I were you. I don't have time to sit there and grieve and, shed a tear. I got bills to pay. I got to figure this thing out. I mean, that's just how I look at my life, man. I don't have time to sit there and you do what you want. But if I were you, I would get to work and start looking for another job. But he said, there's no time to be crying. You don't have that luxury for that right now. Get to work. Get to work.
And to lean on family and friends for support.
It's devastating, and you don't really know what the next thing is, and it comes at you quick.
This is the largest layoff event at Target since 2015, when 1,700 employees lost their job and 1,400 open positions went unfilled. So fewer layoffs this time around, but a lot of employees say they are worried about the job market right now, with Amazon also announcing plans to lay off thousands of employees.
Target is one of the largest employers in Minnesota, where the company has its headquarters. The state's economy could take a hit from the layoffs. The cuts are also part of a broader trend of slow job growth in white-collar positions. Danny Spewak has a look at that bigger picture.
Let's read some comments real quick. This person says, never think your employer has your back. They will kick you to the curb and not blink twice. They're not supposed to take care of you like that, y'all. Listen, you are here to provide service, and you take your ass home. Get your money and go home. This is not a friendship. All right? This is not a friendship. This is a business agreement. You agree to be there and provide service. They give you money for it. You go home. That's all this is. They're not supposed to, this person right here, this comment to me shows how emotional people really are when it comes to working or having a job. It's just a job. It's just a job. You're not a friend to them. That's why you got kicked to the curb. You're not their buddy. You're not their family. It is a business transaction. And when that business transaction serves them no purpose, or you no purpose, you go separate ways. That's how it should be. It should be very cold. Very, very cold. This is silly. This is a dumb comment. Has your back. What are you talking about? You're supposed to have your own back, which is why I'm so big on multiple streams of income. That's your job, not the employer's job. That's your fault. That's your fault. Never have all your eggs in one basket, y'all. Do not do this. That means not have one stream, only have one stream of income. It doesn't have to be a job. It could be a successful small business or big business. Do another business. Have 10. Why just have one? What if that goes out of business? Then what? You have to think like this. This is just common sense to me. Have your back. What are you talking about? Sounds stupid. New Christmas song, we'll all be homeless for the holidays. Not me. Not me. I used to enjoy shopping regularly at Target. I can never say that word. Regularly, I said it. At Target, now if I'm in one more than 3 times a year, it's noteworthy. It's noteworthy. Excuse me. Can't read today. It's noteworthy. It's like the Democrats were right about tariffs the whole time. It's almost like massive major corporations are immune to antitrust laws. Those jobs are not owned by us, but by the company. Facts. If I could freaking pin this comment, I'll pin it. Loyalty is not valued. There's no such thing as loyalty. You have a job. It's just a business transaction. You are merely a line on a budget. We have to start self-investing and creating our own incomes. Amen to you. Shalom Shach. Amen to you, sir. We have to start investing and creating our own incomes and side hustles. You have to. That's your job, not the employer's job. Take that money they give you and start something else with it. I love this comment so much. This is what I'm talking about. This dummy doesn't know what he or she is talking about. Have your back. What am I doing? I agree. Let's play some more of this video.
In many ways, Target Corporation is part of Minnesota's identity.
It's right in our backyard. It's one of those very visible corporate headquarters.
As University of St. Thomas economics professor Tyler Schipper points out, Target is not only one of the state's largest employers, but also the second largest in downtown Minneapolis, behind Hennepin Healthcare.
Having less foot traffic and fewer workers, especially in these higher income corporate jobs, makes it harder for that ecosystem to continue to thrive.
Target's circumstances are unique, but the company isn't the only one reducing the size of its corporate workforce.
These type of jobs, the corporate jobs in professional business services, have seen slower job growth.
Amazon, for example, also just announced thousands of corporate layoffs this week, telling employees that the company must be organized more leanly in light of changes brought by artificial intelligence.
When you hear terms like efficiencies, that's candid conversation for, all right, we're trying to cut costs as much as we can and increase productivity and our overall profit margin.
Florida.
And also keep the investors and shareholders happy. Listen, they have to talk like this. They have to keep sounding positive or sounding like they have everything all together. The investors are going to pull out if they say the opposite. If they're losing business, that's grounds for investors and shareholders to stop funding the operation. They have to keep moving. The ship cannot sink for dead weight, basically. You got to get pushed off the boat at some point, man. You're dead weight. You are dead weight. You don't own anything here. You know? My thing is, it should be a privilege. Not a privilege. But you should be grateful that you have a job, that they're paying you. You should be very grateful. I know I am. You know, I'm very grateful in what I do for a living. But at the same time, I already know. I don't depend on you to pay for my livelihood. I mean, it's great, but if I leave, if this job ever ends, my current job right now, I'll be just fine financially. I'll be just fine for over a year. I have other things going on. I'm not just worrying about just one job that I have, right? And when it's time for me to leave, then I will fire them. Same thing with us. When it's time for us to leave, we just leave. They have to figure that out. That's on them, not you. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Florida State University management professor Darren Brooks studies the American workforce, including the potential impact of AI.
You're going to have leaders like Amazon, like IBM. Those types of companies are going to continue to push the edge on that. But I think we're still at its infancy, and we'll see that continue to emerge and affect more and more jobs over the next couple of years.
I'm going to stop right here with this video. I'll stop right here. You can watch this on your own time. Obviously, you can find it by typing in this this title, and this is the creator's name, Carrie Levin. And yeah, my name is Ario D. Juiced. Feel free to join my email newsletter that can be discovered on my website, which is juicytech.com, juicytech.com. The name of this channel, .com. I'm also on LinkedIn, on IG. I'm also on TikTok. I post there daily. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or you just want to connect. Yeah, just reach out to me if you wish to do so. So thanks for watching this video. Hope it was entertaining. Hope it was valuable. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.